Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about the Resident Evil series. Why do I need to review this series now in 2022? Well, it's not exactly a review, but more of me exploring and talking about my experience and journey with the series, because I think that Capcom did something amazing with those games and it's worth talking about. It's interesting because if someone would ask me which game type is my favorite, today still I would say deep emotional games with meaningful messages and brave dialogues that deal with the inner conflicts of its characters. However, Resident Evil offers something completely different, and still I find myself falling in love with every single title I'm playing in the series ever since I started playing it 3 years ago. Yep, I was very late to the game, but it got me hooked, and I could not be more hyped when I watched the Resident Evil 4 Remake trailer. So let's talk about it. What is it in those games that, even with its sometimes silly dialogues that makes me laugh,
I've been expecting you, my brethren.
No thanks, bro.
Still leaves me wanting more when I complete a game of the series. As I said, I was really late to the game. The original Resident Evil came out back in '96 and it was considered a revolution in the survival horror genre. Myself, I tried it about 20 years ago, but I was too young and too scared and did not know how to appreciate what Capcom has to offer. Thus, time went by all the way to 2019, about a year before I've created this channel, and all of a sudden I see on Steam a game that gets praised and high scores from almost everyone. It was none other than the Resident Evil 2 remake. And so I decided that it is a great chance to finally give this franchise a real try and purchase this remake. Did not take me long to realize that the amazing reviews were totally justified. Yeah, I was scared, terrified, frightened, horrified, and started disliking the letter X for some reason. However, Capcom managed to create every scary moment a combination of scary with tons of fun and feeling of achievement for the player within one of the most amazing mazes-like brilliant level design that I've ever experienced. Almost the entire Resident Evil 2 is played in the same building, the police station, and its structure and the clever puzzles that make you think and deliver the right amount of challenge to solve in a way reminded me of a very smart escape room, but even better because you get to shoot zombies that are looking great with the beautiful graphics this remake offered. I've soon realized that I was wrong to wait this long and started playing more games in the series, and I'm still doing so on this channel. I've enjoyed the fear in the clever and well-designed mazes of games like Resident Evil 1, 2 and 3, and of course the brilliant horror of Resident Evil 7 and Village, and got to dive into the intense action of games like Resident Evil 4 and 5, which has the well-known touch of humor and even silliness that I love.
Am I being funny now?
A little.
And this is one of the most important things that I've learned by playing those games. Capcom knows exactly what they are doing, and they want to be agents of pure fun, and on that mission they are masterful. Those guys create smart levels with impressive design and build. They know how to push their games to the top, and that's why it became clear to me that the sometimes cheesy dialogues are intentional and supposed to amuse us, and when you realize it, it isn't silly, it's actually pretty clever. Think for example of the chopper flying into the distance at the end of many titles in the series. It's basically Capcom winking at the players saying, you know what we're doing, this is our signature move. It's not that they don't manage to create deep, meaningful stories, they choose to deliver unforgettably fun and enjoyable games that always leave me craving for more. And within all the fun combined with the nerve-wracking survival mood, they managed to create some of the most memorable characters in gaming history. As I said, Capcom knows what they are doing. When they wanted to give us the scares, they gave us classics like Resident Evil 1 and 2. When they wanted to pump up the action, they created one of the best games in the series, Resi 4, and yeah, it set a different tone, but it allowed us to enjoy a different set of skills the talented devs in Capcom has to offer. And if someone thought that maybe they forgot how to deliver a pure horror experience, they proved that they can big time, and gave us the most terrifying game in the series, and by the way, my personal favorite, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Then they did something just as impressive with Village, creating iconic characters that the internet could not get enough of, as Resident Evil 8 is one of the most creative games in the series. And speaking of creativity, of course, this series has some of the most original and horrifying monster design in the gaming world. Creatures like the infamous Lickers, the terrifying Marguerite, Mendez, whom I like to call the Big Man, the unstoppable Nemesis, the powerful El Gigante, the Regenerators, a very disturbing baby, and many more. The creators in Capcom know how to make a truly fun game. They are not ashamed of it, they master it. Their set of tools and variety of styles they offer in the Resident Evil Evil series of games while keeping each style the most enjoyable it can be is very impressive. Because if you think about it, the series filled with a variety of styles and types of gameplay, but still each one of them turned out to be great on its own way. So I guess all that is left to say, thank you Resident Evil, we are looking forward to the remake of Resi 4, right Ashley?
Leave it to me, Leon.
And thank you all for watching. Do you agree with my thoughts about the Resident Evil series? What is your favorite part of playing those games? Do let me know in the comments and I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching.